Okay, so this is going to be a love reading for the sign that I select out of this deck of cards here. As always, thank you so much for being here, everyone. I just felt a little compelled to do the love readings. I noticed that I hadn't done them in a month or so, so I just thought it was a good time to do a little check-in. Do one love reading for each zodiac sign, see what's up with their energy, their relationship, and hopefully I can provide you with a little bit of insight or perspective to your current situation. If this reading hits you in any way and you gain any meaning out of it, please hit the little thumbs up and like the video. I would really appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed to the channel. I would love to have you on so you could see the future readings and even go back to the old love readings if you're interested in doing that as well. There's no time frame for this video. If you feel guided to watch it any moment from the moment that I post it on into the future, hopefully you can get something out of it. All right, so let's select a card and see who or which zodiac sign I am reading for today. All right, so we have Gemini. So we are welcoming in Gemini energy. Anyone with prominent Gemini placements, thank you so much for being here. If you're cross-watching for Gemini, welcome to the reading. So we do person A, which is usually the Gemini here, person B, which is their person of interest on this side, and then we can get some more details once we go through those energies. Reverse the roles as needed. Since I am looking at two individuals, don't force, a role if it's supposed to be reversed, if that makes sense. All right, Gemini, what is the personal energy for Gemini as it relates to love and relationship at this time, please? Going to get a feel for the energy and settle into the reading. Please tell us about Gemini's current love relationship situation, please. Let's start off with the personal energy. The Six of Swords. So you're wanting to get out of mental anguish of some sort. You want some fresh freedom from your mind, it seems like. You also have the Wheel and the Three of Pentacles. You want to move forward on something, like leave behind mental anguish, leave behind stress, leave behind this feeling of being alone and feeling left out, like you're yearning for connection or you're yearning for direction. And whether you are praying for something to change or the universe knows that it's time for something to change, something is going to change. The Wheel is showing up here and it's indicating that the clock is turning and it's time. There's a time factor with the Wheel, that it's time to switch and move the little clock to the next phase, the next chapter, the next thing. There's a element of wanting to be on the same page with someone and collab with someone. There is communication here between more than one person for the sake of building something of a good foundation with that Pentacles element. But yeah, I don't know. This is also making me feel like you have been like planted somewhere that you cannot get out of. And usually I say that it is a mental thing, which most of the time it is a mental thing, like a mental constraint of some sort that has us feeling trapped. But there is an element of it being physical in some way. So I don't know if it's like a legit reason why you are stuck in this place right now. I don't know if there's like, you're bound to this place by law, by some sort of like arrangement you know, like literal commitment or literal contract of some sort where you have to be stuck in a place, but it does feel physical. And you are trying to create some kind of change to get out of it in a way. And I think your approach right now is to compromise with someone and try to show up in a way where you are thinking of a win-win scenario, a win-win situation, solution. You may have something of leverage as well, I'm feeling, that you can use to your advantage. And I don't think that either you don't know that, like there's a missing element here that you haven't really like connected the puzzle with very well. Like you have something on your side, and I feel it to be physical, that you can use to your advantage to help you get out of this place that you've been bound to. If this is not physical and this is literally somebody in their head, you know, like that is a mental construct. Like you think that you're stuck and you're waiting for some sort of change. And I mean, I do think that you're creating the change, but what is it? Like step back and think about, you know, what is it that really is making you feel that you are stuck and you cannot get out of this situation? Yeah, there is something that you have that you can use to your advantage to help you in this situation, to help you come to a solution or compromise. Like you going to another person, whoever else is involved or something like that, and saying like, you know, I don't know how, but I'm giving an example of like, I have this, like I can offer you this in exchange for that, like to be able to get out of a commitment, if that is the case for some of you. But yeah, otherwise you just feel trapped a little, wanting change and wanting to be on the same page with someone. All right, so let's see what is in your partner's side, or the person in question. What is their energy as it relates to love and relationship at this time, please? Okay. Gemini's partner, please. The 10 of Pentacles, money on the mind, the World. Yeah, I do feel that for a majority of this group, it's going to be about assets, money, something of value, something in the 3D. There's a sense of like a high point, like a high, like the goal is reached. I'm at the top of the ladder. Like I have been able to acquire everything that I've wanted. Therefore, with the World card, it's an end of a cycle. Like 10 of Pentacles in the World, big cycle has ended. There's a chance right now, in this moment, for whenever you're hearing this reading, for this person on this side to decide if patterns are going to continue or are they finally going to stop. Because it seems as though this person has gotten everything they wished for, everything they wanted with that 10 of Pentacles. So there's a moment, there's an opportunity to end and be like, I've achieved this goal, this cycle, this pattern is done, I'm off to the new. Or I've achieved this goal and now I want to go around again and I want to do another cycle of this again. So I don't know what that means, but that's what it feels like. You have the, or they have the Four of Cups. They are, it feels like there is ending here for sure. I've already explained that, but it feels like they're tired. They're getting tired. Yeah, that's what it feels like. They're getting tired. They've gone through a lot of heartache, a lot of as well. I don't know if you, like, this is a reading where the two people are not on the same, like, they're not coming together very well, but it does feel as though they've gone through some heartache and some tough times, and like it's been a long time coming with this World and Ten of Pentacles. Like, this is a long time on this side. Whatever they're going through, they've been at it for a very long time, and they are tired. Like, they need a break. They're coming out of heartbreak and loss. So at this point, it's an opportunity for them to just chill and reflect. They're in the healing process as well. Like, they got everything they want, but not without sacrifice. They got everything they want, but not without pain and loss in another area, if that makes sense. How does this side, I'm calling this side Gemini, how does Gemini feel about their person, please? You have the Queen of Swords. You feel like your person is a little cold to you right now. They're very matter of fact as well. And the Four of Swords. The Four of Cups and the Four of Swords both came out for the last love reading I did, which was the Scorpio reading. So I don't know if you have any Scorpio on your chart or you're dealing with the Scorpio. You want to take a look at that. But yeah, there's a need to heal. There's a need on this side to wait. Like, take time. There's an element of time here on this side with the wheel turning, and then here on this side with like it being a long time. Now, like, literally the clock is showing itself here. It's making me feel like there is, so if you think about things like from a big scale, big picture, right? You two may be going through this relationship situation right now. And there's some heartache and pain here, yes. And so there's some healing and, you know, all of that stuff. But there's a timing factor in this reading, in this energy, that makes me feel like it's not just about you. It is definitely about you, like individually. Like, break yourselves off. This side probably has to do some work on themselves, and this side has to do some work on themselves as well. But for some reason, it's making me feel like there's other things involved. Like, your situation is somehow, whether you know it or not, involving other people and other outer circumstances. Therefore, there's an element of time here, like prolonging it, patience, some right timing. It's been a long time. Something that, because of that, like other people, like your relationship is affecting others, that other people have to work through their stuff. There's something, has nothing to do with your relationship. When I'm saying that this has to do with other people, your situation somehow affects others, and others also have to do some type of work. It's like how the universe is like mastermind of our destiny, and you know, like, it needs to make sure that all of the pieces are in the right place. I don't know why I always get this like astral, like universal, big picture readings with Gemini. It's crazy. Anyway, and so the puzzle pieces, the universe is like dealing with other people. So the right timing can happen for this or whatever situation you find yourself in, if that makes sense. So thinking from that perspective, I felt that very strongly. It's not just about the both of you. We will come back and zone in and focus back into it. But I had to paint that picture that your situation affects other people, and those people are doing something that they have to do, and your situation is sort of making them do that. I don't know what that means. Anyway, okay, so back to you guys. Yeah, so you feel like your person is being a little cold right now. They are silent. They're probably not talking as much right now. They are certainly going through some sort of heartbreak. They're certainly going through some type of healing. There isn't really any connection that I am feeling, because this is how you feel for your person. And there's some coldness here. There's being alone here. There's like reflecting to oneself. It's solo energy. It's not partner energy here. It's like I have to do this thing for myself, or that's how you see that they are acting. How does Gemini's person feel about Gemini, please? Ooh. There's a blockage with them. All right. So they have the Six of Swords, which you also have the Six of Swords. So they know that you're wanting to get away from something. They know that you want peace and quiet and harmony, and they know that you are on your path to go somewhere, that you are feeling extremely guided to go on a specific direction. And they see that. And maybe that's why they feel saddened and they feel like a cycle is ending, because they know that the time is coming, that you follow your soul purpose, your life path, that you are off to the next phase. If it's a more literal meaning, you and your person may be separate, like long distance, or your person may travel. Somebody here may travel a lot, which makes another person feel alone a lot of the time. And therefore, there's not a lot of communication going on or connection. What is this side? What does Gemini want from this relationship? There may be some family in play here as well, as it relates to you and what you're doing, or the other people that I was talking about that may be affected by your relationship somehow. Six of Cups. Six of Cups. So you want... There's something about history. There's something about the past here. There's something about familiarity and going back to a moment in time. You want to go back to a moment in time. What moment in time? Feels a lot like the beginning of something, like a long time ago. Maybe you're reflecting or looking at how you guys started your relationship or something like that, because I do feel the element of time as well, like as though like you've been together for a very long period of time for some of you. So that's why I was like a long time ago. But there's a moment in time, and it does feel like you want to go back to a moment in time where you realize that this was the moment that everything changed. That is a very strong channeled message. You want to go back to the moment that you know where you realized that everything changed. So you can redo it, do it differently, something like that. Oh my God, that's so heavy. That's so heavy. Okay. What does Gemini's person want from this relationship? The Four of Swords, so repeating cards here. You may be mirroring each other as well. Well, actually, this is how you see them, and they have this as part of what they want from the relationship. So they want healing, they want time, they want rest, they want things to calm down. They want to put an end to the heartbreak, to put an end to the chaos. They want to bury the past and do away with it, and like if it never happened or something. They want the cycle to end. And guys, if this is not your reading, it's totally not your reading. Okay, so you don't have to force it to be your reading, but this is for a relationship, two people, whether they're together or not at this point, but two people who are really going through some heavy situations and circumstances here. But they want to be done. They want it to just stop. They want the pain to end. More than anything, they want the pain to end. So there may be a lot of mental and emotional anguish here in this relationship. This side is super tired. Like they want, I don't know why, but I just heard like, take my money and go. I want to take my money and go. You know, I don't know what that means. This person still has something though. Like they have leverage. Maybe it's it wasn't you that's bounded. Maybe it's them that's bounded. This person has some type of leverage. It's interesting. All right, let's get more info about the dynamics and details about what this is. Let's start with the bridge and what is bridging these two individuals together in a relationship, please. I knew that was going to come out. I knew it. If I would have called it, y'all would have been like, whoa, she's psychic. Which I am. But anyway, geez. Did I know that? Okay. Yeah, like strategy, game playing, who's gonna be better at this game, who's gonna win here. There's a lot of deceit and moves that are being done on sides, both sides, that the other side doesn't know about. Jeez, this is like, I did say mirror, right? Like, you have met your match, it feels like. Like, if you don't know, whoever's listening, like, if you don't know that your other person is also strategizing and playing the game or whatever, like, you know now. And you should be keen to that if you're in a Seven of Swords and energy. Why the Seven of Swords? Why is there, like, what is the point? I do feel it has to do with money and assets. Yep. It has to do with that. Like, somebody, whoever, like, loses the game is going to be left, like, with nothing, maybe. Possibly, for some of you. Like, you will be left with nothing. The person who loses will be left with nothing. So, like, it's like a war of the both of you going for everything. This person may want what you have, though. Whatever it is that you have, that's what they're still here for. That's what they're still fighting for. But they may be tired. They may be getting tired. I feel like there is no winning. Either way. There is no win-win situation here. One or both of you will have to accept a loss of some kind. Like, what are you doing? You know, like, is this, how important is this? How important? Like, I don't know who's listening, but, like, is this like a home? You know, like, one person's going to lose their home. The other person's going to keep the home. Is it a large amount of money? Is there alimony and all of that involved as well? You know, like, I understand those are real. That stuff is real. But at what expense, right? When it comes to your health and your mental health and your just an overall sense of freedom. Like, not even from a physical perspective, but freedom from the situation, freedom from yourself. Pride is playing a big role here as well for two people to continue to stay in this thing. For whatever reason, you don't care about each other enough to compromise. Somebody over here does want to compromise with that Three of Pentacles. But at the same time, they're the ones with the leverage, you know, which is interesting. Like, they feel that you are going to go off with their thing. You're gonna leave them with whatever they think is theirs. Like, this thing that you have, they think it's theirs, or they have a right to it, and you're gonna leave them and go off with your family, or, you know, like, I don't know, your new group of people or something like that. Maybe there is major family dynamics involved here as well that are playing a big role in this situation. You see them as smart, intelligent, a strategic type of person, cunning, piercing, extremely mental, extremely logical, like this is the sword, the queen with the weapon, right? I think I've said this in one of the other videos. The Queen of Swords has a weapon, you know, like the other queens, like, has a cup, has a wand, has a coin. This one has a weapon. Like, this person is probably, like, really sharp tongue and really quick to make moves, really quick to speak, knows how to speak their way through things to gain, you know, leverage, or to gain people on their side, something like that. She's not scared whatsoever. This person may be a little tired, but they're not scared. And you see them like that, and you see them as somebody that can, you know, it doesn't matter how tired they are, they will continue to keep going. They have all the time. They have all the time in the world. That's what I hear from them. They have all the time in the world. Oh my God. What are the details? Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this is about winning. Who is going to win with that Six of Wands there? Juggling things to come out on top. What else, please? And there's the Four of Swords, which is here. This may be coming to an end pretty soon, actually. It does feel that way. Someone is going to cave in. What leverage do you have here? Let's go into more details. Let's get a little bit, make it a little bit more interesting. I mean, I think it's a pretty dramatic situation to find yourself in. King of Cups. Is there children involved? Mother of Wands, Daughter of Cups. All right, so somebody on this side has the child. Dang, I don't want to read for this. I'm sorry. This person over here is protecting something. If it's not a literal child or the children, they are definitely protecting something that means a lot to these two people. For some of you, I don't know like why this situation would come up in a love reading, but yeah. Maybe I guess you're just going through something like that. Like there's a breakup here for sure. A divorce here of some sort. I think both people just want it to be over. What is this over here? The Hierophant. Commitment. The Two of Wands. Decision. Making a decision on the commitment. Is there still room to work this out? It feels like there's room to work it out. For some of you, it hasn't gone that far yet. And hopefully it doesn't. Son of Wands or Knight of Wands. So here there's a cycle that's ending. This person is ending a cycle. Ten of Pentacles is the family legacy, like having all the money, having a stable home, a stable foundation, having your family with you. And it's like that elevated status, like you have it all, you know, and it's like at that point it's like, okay, I've attained the world, right? The concept of having the world, like everything, you have it, everything. Now what? So there is commitment involved here, decision to so the Knight of Wands is an energy of being really impulsive and following one's instincts and passion, and they're very fiery and they go for what they want, and you know, like they're usually enthusiastic and excited about going after what they want. Like they take risk and they step outside of the box and they go outside of their comfort zone, and you know, they see something that they want, that they like they get super excited about it and they just sort of run toward it without thinking of consequences, things like that. So I don't know what it is that this side is running toward. A decision about a commitment, like running toward a commitment, maybe. It just seems like these cards down here are too big and heavy and like have a lot of meaning in one's life. They are an impact to one's life. Like these cards are essentially sort of like on a physical level, on a 3D level, like life itself, right? Like the real stuff, you know, when it relates to our families and our money and our homes and our assets, like, you know, those types of 3D things. And there's a lot of weight here. There's a lot of value here, along with the Hierophant, just confirming all of that value. Like that's the stuff that the Hierophant loves, you know, making a decision about that to follow one's instincts and impulses. Okay, this person probably left the marriage or the commitment to follow one's instincts and impulses, and is probably regretting that. So if there was something that they did that broke the commitment, right, broke the promise, or you know, if you're literally married, like maybe somebody just had an affair or something like that. But if it's not that, it was something that would not have been appropriate to do in a situation where you are committed to a person and a family dynamic. Whatever it was, it doesn't have to be cheating. It could be just something else, right, that was very selfish, and they went out of the commitment, out of the relationship to follow their impulses. Maybe there's addiction involved in some way. That's why this person over here is supporting taking care of everything else, right? The leverage is that they probably have, you know, all of the life, right, that this person left when they followed their impulses, like all of those things, right? Whether it be kids or not, but you know, they stayed with the dog, or they stayed with the car bill, or they stayed with, I don't know, right? Like, does that make sense? But I do think that there's my instincts are telling me that this side over here has more compassion, and there's for some of you, like, it's not the end. For some of you, it's like they're trying to come up with a compromise to come back together. They want to go back to the place where it changed. So it doesn't change, which is telling me that they have feeling and love. Like they wish that never happened. They wish that it could have, like that moment, when that thing happened, that they, like, this person over here could have chosen differently, or this person could have stopped them from doing it, or they probably have some sort of guilt on themselves, like if they only did this thing, they could have stopped it from happening, type of mindset. Oh, it's so sad. What is the Seven of Swords, please? You have strength, the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Sun. Clarifying the Seven of Swords. What? This is like, these are all super great cards to clarify the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, as I said, is lies and deceit and mental strategy and being really selfish. And I mean, yes, in the highest aspect, it's like I am needing to formulate a plan to get the fuck out, right? Like that's the best case scenario for the Seven of Swords. Otherwise, especially when you are dealing with two people, especially when the Seven of Swords is the bridge, you know, like what is keeping together, it's a lot of mental games. It is, you know, deceit and who can do better and who can say what to hurt one another, or, you know, it's like a low level energy, low vibing energy, drama. What is the word? It's in the tip of my tongue. Destructive. What is needed to get out of the Seven of Swords for the both of these people? This is what I'm feeling the clarifiers are saying, is like, how can I get out of the Seven of Swords? How can this relationship get out of this state of being? Is love, essentially. Coming from love, which that's like the answer to everything in life, right? But it's harder than it sounds for some people, apparently. But, you know, coming from a place of love, like having strength and courage to be open and vulnerable, and shining light on the heart space with the Strength card there. Ten of Cups, emotional fulfillment. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. The Sun, blessings, overall joy. Joy, blessings, like enthusiasm. Like, how do you feel when it's a nice sunny day, right? Like everything feels good, right? Like, I mean, mostly unless you're in Texas like I am, but still, like, I mean, the concept of it. It's getting out of ego, getting out of pride, getting out of one's mind. What is it doing? How is it helping? How is this activity and behavior helping anything? Do you even see? Are you even aware? Step outside of the situation. Hover over your relationship as if you are an external being and look down at it. What do you see? How are you? See yourself externally, right? Get out of yourself. Whoever's listening, whatever side. How are you impacting this situation? How are you making it better? How are you making your life better? If there are kids involved, forget it. I don't even want to think about that because I'll probably go off on whoever's listening. Like, especially if there's kids involved. There's a lot of selfish behavior here. And it doesn't feel like there's a big reason. I understand that somebody probably fucked up. And this person is probably like, on the surface, making it seem like there's no going back. But I do feel strongly that this person has feeling still for this person and the family and whatever else is included here. There may be some family dynamics that are playing a role and influencing you or somebody here from stopping. Like, they may be influencing the both of you or one of you to be this way. They're not in it. They're looking at you. You're probably crying to them, one of you, both of you, probably going to your family, going to your friends, like, you know, spilling all the drama, like telling them everything, making it seem like you have nothing to do with it, Maybe you put in a little bit of blame here and there on yourself, right? But at the end of the day, your close ones, your loved ones are always going to support you, and they're always going to see the shitty side of the other person. And yeah, they may have fucked up for sure. But they're the family, the people on the outside that I was already picking up on from the get-go, right? They're not in it. It's not theirs. It doesn't belong to them. You can go to them for moral support. You can go sleep on a couch when you feel like shit. You know? Yes, they will listen to you. But if they're playing a role and they are influencing you to do things or whatever, they're coming from their own distortions. They're coming from their own experience of what traumas they have, which has nothing to do with you and what you're going through. Get the distractions out of the way. Get the pride and ego out of the way. See things clearly for what it is. And make your decision already. At the same time, right? Like you're either going to come together or you're not. There's no sense in continuing something it sounds like it's been really long. Like, what are you doing with your life at this point? Anyway, that is my rant. That is my tangent. I hope it works out. I hope you got something out of the reading, Gemini, and, you know, you sort of reflect and do something about the situation toward bettering the situation, not making it worse, not putting any blame on any side. I'm not judging anybody. I am only a reader. I read the cards, I pick up the energy, and I also speak my mind because I can. So yeah, but all from a good place, because I care about people and I want, you know, people to live their best lives and do what's best for them at all times. All right, so thank you so much. I hope you got something out of it. Please press the little thumbs up button or subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you there. I hope you watch the rest of the readings, and we will see you on the next one. Thank you.